Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rafidin. I'm a student of English Department, University of Kuningan. So, I want to explain about direct and indirect speech. What is direct and indirect speech? Let me explain about it. Put simply, direct speech is a speech without any intermediary. Direct speech can be used in virtually every tense in English. You can use it to describe something in the present tense, to express something that is happening in the present moment, or make it feel like it is happening right now. In direct speech, the actual words of the speaker are quoted with no change. Otherwise, indirect speech is a person's word conveyed by another person. Indirect speech is used to report what someone may have said, and so it is always used in the past tense. Instead of using inverted commas, we can show that someone's speech is being described by using the word that to introduce the statement first. So, these are the characteristics of direct and indirect speech. Direct speech is usually uses inverted commas. Besides that, it uses question mark and or exclamation mark depends on the context of the sentence. And it doesn't use conjunction. In indirect speech, it doesn't use inverted commas, it doesn't use question mark and or exclamation mark, but it uses conjunction like that. Here are the other characteristics of indirect speech. In indirect speech, the tense of the verb in the past tense, but it doesn't change if you simple present tense or the sentence show the general fact or daily activity. For example, the boy said, I brush my teeth every day. This is direct speech. If this sentence change into indirect speech, become the boy said that he brushes his teeth every day. The verb doesn't change. Also, the reporting verbs like asked, commanded, advised, exclaimed, etc. are often used in place of the reporting verb said to convey the mood of the spoken words. For example, Ramesh said, how hot the soap is. If this sentence change into indirect speech become, Ramesh exclaimed that the soap was hot. You then use the helping verb do to form reported questions and the subject comes before the verb. For example, Paul said, what time does the bus come? Change into Paul asked what time the bus came. I mentioned that in indirect speech it uses conjunction that, but the connector that is not used if you report a question, an order, or a request. For example, the girl said, may I come in? Become the girl asked if she could come in. That is replaced by if. And in reported speech, the word or words or the sound used by the speaker to express an emotion is omitted. For example, wow, what a handsome man he is, the girl said. Become the girl exclaimed, what a handsome man he was. The word wow is omitted. So, this is a simple example of using direct and indirect speech in conversation. Imagine that Robin is tell whoever nearby by him, I will meet Batman tomorrow. And Gar, who asked by Raven about what did Robin say, Gar answered, Robin said that he would meet Batman next day. So what Robin say is direct speech and what Garfield say is indirect speech. Here are another example. It is bleeding very much, Mr. Sharma asked. Become Mr. Sharma asked if it was bleeding very much. The teacher said the sun rises in the east. Become the teacher said that the sun rises in the east. She said, I may attend the meeting become she said that she might attend the meeting. And the other one, the interview said to the young man, we will let you know our decision by tomorrow. Become the interviewer said to the young man that they would let him know their decision by the next day. For this example, we can realize that is we can realize about the changing of the verb. So before I explain about changing the verb, I talk about changing the pronouns first. Pronouns of the first person are changed as below. He said, I'm bored, become he said that he was bored. I become he. So first person become third person. Number 2. Pronouns of the second person are changed as below. He said to her, you are beautiful. Become he said to her that she was beautiful. Second person you become third person she. And the other one, pronouns of the third person don't change. For example, I said they have gone out become I informed that they had gone out. They, it's still they, doesn't change. This rules is not absolute. I mean, some cases, it's not changing like it. For example, the second person can still use the second person even if it's changed. And this is changing the verb. While converting direct speech into indirect speech, the tense of the verb must change accordingly. Simple present become simple past become past perfect, present continuous become past continuous, present perfect become past perfect, can become could, shall become would, will become would, and may become might. But you can put simply that if you use verb 1 in direct speech, so you use verb 2 in indirect speech. If you use verb 2 in direct speech, so you use verb 3 in indirect speech. And if you use verb 3 in indirect speech, it's still verb 3 in indirect speech. For example, Rania said, I have finished my homework. If the sentence change into indirect speech become Rania said that she had finished her work. I become she, have become had, finish still finished, and pronoun my become her. So this is the last slide before I finished my presentation. Changing the time and place. Words indicating nearness of time and place are changed to words indicating distance of time and place. This, the word that show the thing near by us, is become that, the word that indicating the thing that distance from us. So this become those, here become there, now become then, today become that day, tomorrow become the next or following day, and yesterday become the day before. For example, Hideo asked, is this your book? If the sentence change into indirect speech become Hideo asked if that is her book. So that's all what can I explain. I know that much mistake from me, so I'm so sorry because I cannot explain well, but and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.